Hello. This is my favorite picture from the new Twilight calendar. Anyway, enough of that. It's Wednesday. It's about 10:45 p.m. I figured I better make this video before it becomes Thursday. And there are officially 2 days, 1 hour, and 14 minutes until Breaking Dawn comes out. So it's getting closer and closer every minute. Let's go ahead and jump into Chapter 4, Invitations. And there's a few important things that happen in this chapter. Bella starts dreaming about Edward. Edward actually starts talking to her again and kind of asks her out on a date. And then the third thing is, I don't remember what the hell the third thing was, but anyway, the important thing is there's a couple of my favorite quotes in this book, and they are, of course, the stupid shiny Volvo owner quote. You gotta love that. And then also, I like what Edward actually says to her about why they need to use his car. He tells her that the wasting of finite resources is everyone's business, and I think Edward's right. It's a good reason to ride with him. And the other thing I like about this chapter is when Mike asks out Bella and Edward decides to start talking to her again. I like how she's kind of like irritated with him and says, "What, you're speaking to me again?" That's my other favorite part of the chapter. So this is actually one of my favorite chapters. It's a lot of fun. You get to see kind of the interplay between Bella and Edward, them joking around. So I really like this chapter. Now on to the quotes. And today's quote is from Carlisle. He says, "I've seen vampire venom work miracles, but there are conditions that even venom cannot overcome." I think most likely there's something wrong with Bella, unfortunately, and they're afraid that she may not be able to be fixed by becoming a vampire. Yesterday's quote from Seth, "You'll hurt her, let her go." Don't really know what that one's about, haven't really thought about it, don't really care, honestly. The day before, Jasper, he says, "I can't understand, I can't bear this." This reminds me of the part in Eclipse where Jasper explains to Bella, or he says to her, "I know you know that I can affect people's emotions, but do you realize how they affect me?" So I think this is probably more of that kind of thing, more of how we're seeing that other people's emotions affect Jasper. So that should be interesting. The day before, I've lost track of what day we're on, Rosalie says, "I'd like to beat you dead." Yeah, there is an emphasis on the I'd, so I figure kind of agree with Erin on that one. I'm just going to steal her answer, so we'll go with that. And the last one, at least in this week, from earlier in this week, is from Sam. He says, "This is not something our treaty anticipated. This is a danger to every human in the area." Now, the first thing I thought when I read this, and it doesn't really make sense when you reread it, but the first thing I thought was that one of the wolves had imprinted on a vampire. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, it doesn't really make sense in the context, so I'm not really sure what could be going on that they hadn't anticipated. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about that one some more. Anyway, oh, one more thing that happens in Chapter 4 that I think is significant is we get our first mention of Angela. And I'm an Angela fan. I like her. I think that she seems like a cool girl, like somebody that Bella could actually be pretty good friends with if she would take her head out of her butt or out of Edward's butt long enough to, pay attention and get to know her. I think she'd be cool. And my secret hope for Breaking Dawn is that Jacob will imprint on Angela. Probably won't happen, but I think they would be a good couple. I don't think they've ever officially met. I'm not sure if he ever saw her at the bonfire. I'd have to reread that chapter, but it's coming up soon anyway. So, anyway, that's all I've got for this week on the quotes and on the chapter. I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm just really happy that my batteries lasted all the way through this video. I had to recharge them because they were, like, gone completely. Hence the late hour. And I did thoroughly enjoy Erin's video from yesterday. It was very amusing. Whether her camera person was laughing so much that Aaron had to yell at her, or answering phones in the middle of the video. And then, of course, I did appreciate the shout out at the end to my doggy, Katie. She made a little cameo in my last video, which I didn't really notice until I had actually posted it, or was about to post it. And I was, one, too lazy to redo it, and two, figured it could only help the video. It was pretty sad as it was. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm going to go to sleep and hopefully have some Twilight dreams. Can only hope. And I'll see you guys next week. Here we go. Let me go over here and see how sleepy the doggies are. They want to go to bed too.